The guy wants you dead.
Hey, he has said to me before, this was
I'm not
about
talking to
7
you.
years ago.
I'm talking to him. He wants you dead. He says you are an Well, you know what? It's your it's your home.
My dad has dressed up like Santa all my life.
Merry Christmas.
For 1 month out of the year when my dad's Santa Claus, he's the nicest guy.
Has everybody made up their mind what they like for Christmas?
For all the other 11 months, my dad is a complete.
I have not called the cops on him since I had the court order put on him.
What I want for Christmas is my dad to go meet God. Like, go die.
Jonathan is very disrespectful, ungrateful, and he feels the world owes him a living.
My dad is a crazy, money-hungry baby. I always paid you back.
No, you have not.
Untrustworthy, very mean, very nasty.
I feel John has committed elder abuse against me.
My dad has called the cops 32 times. Probably about 20 of those times have been because of me for eating his food. One time when I ate too much ham, he completely lost it on me. He started throwing things, slamming the refrigerator door.
John would have his parties, and his friends, they'd get drinking, and he feeds them all. He wasn't buying food at the time, and it was food we needed to survive on.
My father, at one point, called the cops on me because I cooked up one of his pork chops.
I was tired of John arguing with me, his disrespectfulness, and taking stuff we didn't have. And I finally had to have him evicted.
My father always calls the cops on me, but always takes me back into the house. My relationship with my father is completely dysfunctional.
Everybody been good this year?
Well, Santa, a.k.a. Jim, says his son John is, well, he just says he's an entitled freeloader.
My son Jonathan is a mooch.
I'm 32 years old and I've lived with my father for almost my whole life.
He lives with me with his 9-year-old daughter. I pay for everything.
Currently, I'm not employed, so I do a lot of babysitting.
When John gets paid, it's usually gone the next day. I never see any of it.
I contribute more than enough by being there to make sure that he's alive, that he eats, that he drinks, that he has dinner, that he has lunch, all that stuff.
You don't worry about any expenses.
Never had to worry about him.
This past summer, John's vehicle stopped working. I had a car, and I told John he could have it for $2,000, but I needed $500 down, and he could make monthly payments. Then last month, he turns around and sells the car. You have not paid me 1 cent since you turned around and sold the car for $2,500.
No, I sold it for $3,000.
You spent half the money at the casino.
Right. I didn't pay my dad because I didn't think he needed any. It's $100 a month that you wanted for that car.
That's right, it's $100
$100 a month's not going to kill you. I have very good luck with scratch-off tickets. If I hit big on a scratch-off, I'll give you the money. If I hit big down at the casino, I'll pay you off.
That's no way to handle bills.
The things that I have to offer are more than money can buy.
Are you guys for serious?
Yeah.
You say he is a bipolar, money-hungry baby.
Correct.
He's lazy.
He is lazy.
He's retired.
But when you got animals and stuff you have to take care of on a daily basis, you cannot sit in a computer chair 24/7. Doesn't matter if you're
You say
retired or
he's an
not.
embarrassment to you.
He is.
He's a backstabbing.
Correct.
You say he's jealous of the beautiful women that you bring around and wants your lifestyle.
He has mentioned that to me, yes.
Well, I bet he does. I mean, you're living rent-free and having somebody pay all of your bills, provide you housing and all of that, right?
Correct.
I bet you do want that lifestyle.
Oh, yes, it would be nice.
He says that you are untrustworthy, miserable, and mean, and he prays to God to take this miserable to heaven.
That's what I said.
You said that if he dies, you will call the coroner a few days later.
Oh, maybe I said days.
You
but-
said you would just dance on his grave. That
Pretty
if
much.
he had a heart attack, you would step over his body and leave. You would not call 911.
That's what I said.
I believe it.
You're 32.
Correct. I have moved out on my own. I want to get that straight. I have moved out on my own several times, and He does the call where he says, you know, Dad's lonely, my medication, this, and I move, you know, I end up moving back in with him.
Do you call him and ask him to come back?
No.
Are you mean?
No.
Are you miserable?
I'm a lot better when he's not there.
Why is he there?
Because I have a heart. He has a daughter. His daughter needs a home.
Because he's lonely and can't survive without me.
Well, I just have to put that to the test. I mean, he says you're lonely and can't. Are you incompetent?
No.
Did you call the cops on him because he cooked up your pork chop? Because I got to tell you, Santa, it looks like you've got a few pork chops.
Yeah, I do have.
It looks like you've had enough pork chops.
I have. He calls it the pork chop incident, but it was a matter of him having friends there all the time, eating up the food, and I had finally got fed up when he started eating again, and he happened to be cooking pork chops, so he calls it the pork chop incident.
I was cooking it up and knock, 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 and there's the cops at the door. Told me to pack my stuff. I had to
Drop that pork chop and put your hands
Right.
against the wall.
Right. So I had to go outside, and I just told the cops, I said, how funny do you guys think this is that a 450-pound man calls the cops because his son's eating a pork chop? It's my exact words to him.
Last year, I only called the cops on him probably about 5 times.
Just 5 times. What,
But I'll take that back. It wasn't last year, it was the year before. And then the last
what
time,
are you calling the cops on him for?
he had an alcohol problem. And
Okay.
He would get very nasty when he drinks.
When I was drinking, I was always the entertaining type.
Were you entertaining your brother when you got drunk on Christmas Eve and broke his nose?
Yeah, I was entertaining him. There was more to the story. Right.
Oh, my God. My Twitter followers, they're just blowing up my Twitter page right now. If you want to join the conversation, send me a tweet with the hashtag Dr. Phil, hashtag like father, like son. Is it time for Jonathan to move out and live on his own? Hashtag move out or hashtag stay with dad. We'll talk about all of that. Let's take a break. John's brother's here. We'll hear why he says he doesn't plan to spend another Christmas with either one of these two again.
Yeah, okay, so I'm really glad that the hashtag is like father, like son, because clearly these two are pretty similar. Their relationship seems toxic and dysfunctional. I don't know why John is living there if he hates him so much and wants him to be in the grave. Just move away. He says he's there because he has a heart. Really, come on, if you hate your father that much, leave. Like, you're a dad, you have a child, leave. Jim saying that he lets him stay there because he has a heart, I don't believe that either. I think that they're in this toxic relationship and they can't get away from each other. I think that if they continue things like this, they're just going to keep staying together forever and just hate each other more and more. But both of them need to stop what they're doing and get it together because this is ridiculous.
If my dad had a heart attack in front of me, I would probably wait a day to call 911. First thing that I would do is I would grab everything that was worth value and I would put it into a storage unit or hide it somewhere, because I know my brother and sister, they would be like vultures and swoop down and grab everything. I've busted my ass for 32 years. I've been arrested. I had blood, sweat, and tears to make sure that my dad has made it 61 years. And I would take everything. If it's a heart attack and he's laying on the floor, that's his own problem. I'm just doing what I have to do to get the out of there.
Well, that was John talking about his own father. Now, good news, Jim has another son named Jimmy who loves him. But Jimmy says he has no plans of spending Christmas with either one of them, especially if it's anything like last year.
My brother Jimmy and I don't get along at all.
I stopped speaking to my brother Jonathan after he broke my nose on Christmas.
My dad and I were arguing, and my brother thought he had to put his 2 cents in, and I knocked those 2 cents right out of him. Dad and I were yelling at each other. My brother walked down the hallway, started screaming and yelling at me.
He came at me and I put my hand up to his chest and put him up against the wall. He started swinging his arms and ended up punching me in the face and breaking my nose.
I grabbed my brother around the neck like this, dragged him out into the hallway. I'm punching him like this, and he's bleeding pretty good. I mean, his nose is already busted open, and so I grab his head and I slam it like this into the heater to our furnace, to the metal part of the furnace, and I slam his head into there 5 or 6 times.
I did file a police report a couple days later.
My brother is exactly like my father. He always loves to start fights. He always loves to cause that drama, and then he has to call the cops.
If my parents die, I don't know what'll happen to my brother. He can't come live with me. I probably would end up killing him.
Let me ask you, what is wrong with these people? Or are you part of this? I mean,
where can I begin?
I don't know.
This has been going on for years. They've always had a love-hate relationship.
Why is he not outraged by his behavior? Why is he not embarrassed at how unbecoming it is that he says the things he says about his own father? He says it like he's ordering lunch. Yes, I said I would step over his body. Yeah.
That's always been his attitude. He has an I don't give a about anybody attitude. My dad he's afraid to be alone.
So when he says he's left and then he asks him to come back, even though he is abused by him, that's true.
That is very true.
Okay, so you do want him around, abuse and all.
I want somebody around. I'm afraid of, I guess you would say I'm afraid, like you said, of falling on the floor and never getting up.
Well, get one of those I've fallen and can't get up bracelets. I mean, you get people to come by and check on you or something, but you got him living in your house and abusing you every day, and that's okay with you?
I've tried to get rid of him, put him out, and the only way, I've asked him to leave. He says, the only way I'm going to leave, you have to have the cops remove me.
He is praying to find you dead.
Dr. Phil, when they haven't lived together, my dad's blood pressure's under control. He eats right. When my brother's around, my dad's blood pressure's through the roof. He goes off his diet. He at his heaviest, he was
I cook
400
home-cooked meals. I cook chicken. I mean, I cook big entrees. And, you know, my dad...
Well, bully for you.
Right, if he wants to eat them, he can eat them. If he doesn't, he doesn't. That's how I feel.
You can get a meal service cheaper than that. Come on. The guy wants you dead.
Hey, he has said to me before, this was
I'm not
probably about
talking to
7
you.
years ago.
I'm talking to him. He wants you dead. He wants you dead. He says you are an ass. Well, you know what? It's your ass. It's your home. What am I missing here?
I just got to learn how to stop having a big heart. And that's the biggest thing right there.
He's wished me dead before. He's wished me dead before. Worse things than what I've said about him, they've said to me.
Let's take a break here. You know, not everyone you lose is a loss. So what does Mrs. Claus have to say about all this? We're going to ask her when we come back.
So I really don't know what John's problem is. This absolutely sounds like elder abuse. And I agree that his dad would be better off and much healthier without his son in his home. Like his other son, Jimmy, talks about his blood pressure. If he's concerned about his heart, you need to get this grown child out of your house. I understand maybe if he wants to be close to his granddaughter and he says he doesn't want to be alone. I feel like there's like some deep-rooted emotional thing that's keeping him holding on to keeping his son there, not just that he doesn't want to be alone in case he has a heart attack. I think he knows deep down that he's more likely to have the heart attack if he keeps his son in his home. It really seems like the other son, Jimmy, is the only person with any common sense on the stage.
There was one time that my dad was sitting out in his car with his head down, and I picked up the phone and I called my mom and I said, I think Dad just had a heart attack. It was like something right here just lifted completely off, and I was like, free. I just wanted to dance. I wanted to rip off all my clothes and just dance around the house completely naked. And then my dad lifted his head up and I said, I was very disappointed that he wasn't dead.
Oh my God. John and Jimmy's mother, Jim's ex-wife, Lou Ann, is joining us via Polycom. She's the former Mrs. Claus, so to speak, and she says she just wants everybody to get along this year for Christmas. So, Lou Ann, what do you think about this dynamic between John and your ex-husband?
Well, I think it's time that all of them grew up And Jonathan, I think you should move out. I just want Pete.
Right. Has he ever lived with you?
No.
Why have you never lived with your mother?
My mom likes to collect stuff. It's wall-to-wall stuff.
Oh, it is not. John.
Yeah, it is. It's bad.
He says you're a hoarder.
Oh, maybe a little bit.
My God, who are you people? What?
That's why I moved away.
At 32, you have the ability to live on your own, right?
Right.
Can you work?
Oh, I can work.
What can you do?
I was a chef for many years.
Well, we know you do pork chops.
Right.
Well,
Pretty good. I'm good at cooking them, not eating them.
yeah. I said our Twitter people were blowing up the boards here. Marianne Greer says, open the front door, tell John to go get the paper, lock the door, and tell him that's what side he lives on now. Helen Lust 2 says, if my son told me he wished I would die, he would be dead to me. That is insane. We actually put up a poll. Is it time for Jonathan to move out and live on his own? This is a dysfunctional relationship, right? Do you agree with that?
I very much
This
agree.
is dysfunctional.
It's not good.
The things you are saying, the fact that you don't have the judgment to not say those things is really a reflection on your immaturity. To say those things about your own father just boggles the mind. That is beyond dysfunctional. And the fact that you don't get that, the fact that you're not embarrassed by that, the fact that you don't get how inappropriate that is really bothersome to me. And that needs to be fixed.
There's no filter on my mouth. If it has to come out,
there is no filter on your mouth.
Right.
I agree with that. And I'm bothered that you are role modeling this for your daughter.
That does not. I teach my daughter, she's polite. I don't swear in front of her.
Yeah,
Is it
unless
okay
somebody
if me and
stamps
I-
stupid on my forehead, you can't possibly think I believe that this
Ask
isn't
them.
a toxic environment for your daughter to live in this dysfunctional dynamic. It's not good for her. You need to get out of this situation. You need to pick up and move. Now, if you are saying my health is compromised, I don't want to be alone, I get fearful when I'm alone because of my heart and my blood pressure and that sort of thing, then I totally get that. And there are things that can and need to be done so you don't feel vulnerable, so you don't feel alone. But this kind of dynamic is a major stressor. And that stressor is bad for your heart. It's bad for your hypertension. It is shortening your lifespan. This is not good for you. You too need help. I will get you that help. Will you take it?
Yes, I will.
If I get you some help with this, will you help? Will you take that help? If I get you some professional help to sit down and sort out how this is okay with you to do this, will you take that help?
Yes, I would.
Okay, because that's just my Christmas, my gift to you, Santa. All right.
So, in this episode, we have John and his dad, Jim, who plays Santa for the holidays. John says that he hates his dad and wants him to die, and that's what he wants for Christmas. Yeah, this is ridiculous. John hates his dad, wants to see him in a grave, but still lives there in the house with him. Says he's moved out several times, but keeps moving back. They each say that they're living together for the other person, but clearly they're both living together for themselves. This is dangerous and detrimental to Jim's health. He's worried about his blood pressure. He's worried about his heart. So he cannot be under this constant stress. And like was previously mentioned, whenever John's not living there, his blood pressure goes down. This is really dysfunctional. I don't understand why it's like this, especially when the other son, Jimmy, seems to be fine. Now we have the mom who's a hoarder, and that's why no one lives with her. I guess that's just like another element to this. Maybe their entire household growing up was dysfunctional. I still do not understand why Jonathan is so mean. This man is so mean. Like the things he was saying, I'm still in shock. And he hasn't given a valid reason for why this level of hatred exists. I mean, Like, I'm estranged from my mom for very good reason, and I still have not said the things about her that he said about his dad. He's not mentioned abuse. He's not mentioned any like trauma or anything. I feel like that would have been brought up on the show if that had anything to do with this. Yet he's so mean and angry. He seems very entitled, very arrogant, and seems to lack compassion and empathy. So I don't know what's going on there. I really don't. But yeah, the situation's toxic and they need to live separately. But what did you guys think about this Christmas special episode? What do you think about Jim, the Santa Claus, who needs to kick his son to the curb? What do you think about John, who hates his dad but chooses to continue living with his dad? Do you really think he's doing it just because he has a big heart? That's what he says. That's why he's there. Such a big heart to say these things to your father and verbally abuse and harass him every day. And why do you guys think John is allowing him to stay there? What do you guys think they should do to mend this relationship? And also, if you guys have any similar relationships with your parents, feel free to put that in the comments too. Let me know. Drop it in the comments.